Leo, this is your year 2025 big issue reading. My name's Podkane, and if this is your first time here, welcome. What we're going to be looking at today is the biggest issue that you're going to be facing in the year 2025. This is for Leo suns or anybody with Leo placements, but designed for Leo suns. So first off, we're going to look at the physical and material aspects of this issue with the primary reading. Then we're going to do a secondary reading where we look at the spiritual and emotional aspects behind it and get you all the information we possibly can. Student, light attributes, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. You learn about something this year. This is about going back to school or just learning about School of Hard Knocks or pursuing your own education, which is what I did with tarot and astrology. I just got super invested and spent all of my waking moments heavily invested. And 2025 is a 9-year, which is supported for students, teaching and learning. So we have you showing up here as the emperor, boss, leader, getting it done. It's just clear from the picture right there. Managing your business. What's challenging you? 10 of Cups reverse. Oh no, 10 of Swords reverse. Ooh. Anything that could be holding you back in terms of yourself. The challenge is to not self-destruct. This is self-destruct. Stabbing yourself in the back, not someone else stabbing you in the back. Also, if there's something ongoing in your life, to bring it to an end. That's the challenge. So what's at the basis of this? Well, you made a decision. And that decision was to either put out a communication or just to get it done. Maybe it was a quick decision with the Eight of Wands. And an emotional one too with the Ace of Cups at the base. It was just like, nope, this is what I need to do now. Here we go. It's happening. All right. What was the most recent thing that happened that led up to this situation, this big issue for Leo? Got Queen of Swords reversed and the Sun. You got illumination on someone who was a bitter Betty and they, okay. So 7 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups also. So this is illumination on the idea that either you were being very hard on yourself, but I feel like this is somebody else. Queen of Swords reversed is someone who is very critical, perfectionistic, nothing's ever good enough, my way or the highway. And then with the 7 of Pentacles, it's like, all right, is this really worth it? Whatever entanglement you have had with this person, whoever this person is to you, this could be you being hard on yourself, and you're wanting happiness for yourself here with the Sun. So then you're looking over what you've created in your life with the 7 of Pentacles thus far, maybe your financial situation. And just at the end of the day, it was like, I need something new. I need something fresh. I need to move forward for my emotional well-being and an overall happiness. So whichever one that is to you. What are you thinking about in the midst of this situation, this big issue? 9 of Wands, keeping your defenses up, keeping the fires burning, having the staying power to get through whatever it is that you're committing to. That's a new teaching, learning, becoming a student. And then we also got the Judgment reverse. So it doesn't feel like you're really all that sure about either. There's some doubts in your mind, especially if you made this decision quickly. It's like, God, what did I get myself into? So what's the most likely thing to happen here for Leos with this issue? Most likely thing to happen next. Magician reversed, Hangman reversed. Oh, Ace of Wands reversed, 7 of Cups reversed. Okay, so you could fall out and crash out a little bit because of this self-doubt and because you jumped into this so quickly too. So Magician reverse is like, not really being all that skilled or talented at whatever it is you're trying to do. This could also be just not having all the tools needed. So it's like, I don't have enough time in the day to do all the things that I like to do. I'm not getting enough rest. I don't have enough money coming in because now I'm, going back to school and I'm not working at that same job or whatever, right? Hangman reversed. It's like, I can't pause this. I got to keep going. Also, this could be partying. This could be like, I need to let off some steam. And then you're burnt out with the Ace of Wands reversed. But it gives you some clarity with Seven of Cups reversed. So the next thing that will happen here is sort of a whole process where you gain clarity through through crashing out. Because of the self-doubts, you're led into a situation where it's like, well, let me just, go really hard, or despite the fact that I don't have enough time in the day to get everything I need to get done. And then you're depleted, but you gain clarity on what is really important and of true value to you so that you can better prioritize your time. What's Leo going to be most worried about? What's our greatest fear in this situation? Unfairness, imbalance, legal issues, lies, not having any support or help. I think ultimately you're afraid of coming to a point with this endeavor where you need support and you can't find it. You're afraid of being incorrect about what you were attempting to do. That's understandable. Who's someone that is majorly impacting Leo in this situation, this issue for 2025? It's a Queen of Cups. This is, Queen of Pentacles too. Could be two different female figures or, it's a general reading. So, but these are people, this is someone who is incredibly emotionally supportive, who is always there to have a shoulder to cry on or to help, kind of share in therapy, I guess, in a way to boost your mood and allow you to let it all out and vent. And they always have your back emotionally, a big emotional supporter. And then with the Queen of Pentacles, you have someone who is successful financially. They're grounded, they're prosperous, they'll feed you, they'll give you the clothes off their back if that's what's needed. Especially in times with Temperance reversed, where you are going to extremes, where you're like way overworked, burnt out, financially taxed. There's definitely helpers here that are going to catch you when you get out of control. Or I don't even want to say out of control. It's more just like to such an extreme that's difficult for you to balance your own mood, your own situation. And they're there to step in a supportive manner, both emotionally and physically, materially, like, hey, come stay the night, I'll cook us food, or hey, I'll loan you the money to pay your rent this month, just get me back. You've got supporters in your circle. What is Leo's hope for the outcome? Queen of Wands reversed. What else? High Priestess reversed. Knight of Swords. I think that with these cards here, there's a little bit of a mismatch between when I look at this position in this type of reading, it's not always something that's in the front of your mind. It's not even something that's totally conscious. It's like almost like your expectation, your subconscious expectation of what is to come for you or what will happen. And here I'm seeing, with the Queen of Wands reverse, kind of getting caught up and looking like a fool, or continually being jealous of what others have, not having the creativity to push forward or be noticed and seen, which I know for y'all Leos, that's an issue. High Priestess reverse, not having the inner wisdom and the balance to progress and make good choices, which I see this back here, feeling like you're going to be wrong or be losing the sense of balance and justice, fairness in your life. And then with the Knight of Swords, you feel like you need help. And ultimately, even though it's here for you and it may be there for you to call on in times of, extreme burnout or extreme circumstances, I would like to just direct you to this and realize how this subconscious expectation can kind of Ten of Swords reverse stab you in the front or in the back. It could be defeating yourself before you even get started, and then even going back to the Queen of Swords, that's very much like negative self-talk and hyper self-criticism, and it's. That needs to be, that has a lot of momentum. And even though you're pursuing this new endeavor and you want happiness for yourself and it feels like this is the right way forward some of the time and you're trying to be strong, this still needs its momentum to be slowed down and stopped. And that's going to require you to practice gratitude for what you have now, who you are now specifically, and also to practice affirmations, looking at yourself in the mirror every day and saying you have everything that you need to be able to do this. I absolutely have what it takes. I am capable of doing great things with my life. This will be a successful endeavor that has much to teach me, and that even if no one is around to help me, I will still persevere, because I just really feel with all of this that it's just old momentum. Like the fact that you're making this choice to move forward shows that you have the intention to see yourself as more, want more for yourself, aim higher, and the self-love journey is on its way, right? It's gotten started. But these types of things, if we spend a long time, especially if it's like old childhood stuff or the way people, spoke to us, or just habits that we've gotten into, they have a lot of momentum, and it takes time to break that down and go the other direction and build momentum there, where we're very used to and comfortable with affirming ourselves and trusting ourselves and knowing that whatever happens, we have what it takes. And what's the most likely outcome for Leos as it stands now? Wheel reversed. It's not time yet. Knight of Cups reversed. Ten of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Okay. So I don't feel like whatever endeavor that you're working on is going to be all wrapped up and finished by the end of 2025. It's a longer process, and maybe it's just getting started for you with the Ace here. Maybe you recently started it at the end of last year, or at least confirm that, like, okay, I'm going to do this kind of thing. It could be like, okay, you enrolled at the end of last year to start the semester in January or something like that. But even though it's not going to be cleared up this year, what you will have this year is a newfound authenticity, where you're coming at life as you are. You're not trying to butter anyone up. You're not trying to play nice all the time. You're just sharing your emotions in a more still somewhat regulated way, but it's more like, okay, I don't feel good today. I'm not going to fake it. I'm going to show up as I am. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. this going forward, what you're working on this year has the opportunity to create a hierarchy of financial abundance and security, material security for you, where you could be creating a business. You could be rising high to the tops of a career or in with a company. This could also be like making investments that have long lasting effects. And that's something that you can look forward to with this and take solace into. Like, that you can know from this reading that like that is in your future. You're on the right path. And really, the biggest issue for you is this self-destructive momentum that just needs a little bit more attention. It's going to be something that you're going to be battling, yet you have absolutely what it takes to overcome more of that and build your own self-trust and that you made the correct decision in doing all of this. So I got 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck here at the end of this, and 3 of Cups reversed, which means that there could be some haters around. And I think that that is a reflection of the way you have spoken to yourself and the people that you've allowed to get in your head about your self-image and your self-worth. And so when you are seeing these haters pop up in your life, it's important for you to understand that that's a reflection of what you've allowed to be inside of you and around you. So, 9 of Wands, you're ready to set those boundaries. Oh, you have something to say? Well, fuck off, because I'm not hearing it. Blocked. Like, you're ready to do that. But I think it's important that you know that you need to block those haters in your own brain. You need to block that. You need to block that program that's in your brain that's just on repeat. And reprogram it to give you something that's valuable and useful to you. Okay. Now we're going to look at spiritual aspects of the situation. And by the way, that was the So Below deck, and this is the As Above deck. So the first decks that I bought when I started reading tarot was this. The Moon. Okay. Yeah, a lot is unclear right now. But, it's you may be one of those people that needs to learn through experience. And as we saw with like the crash out moment that will happen coming soon, that will really show you through an experiential way what is the most important thing in your life to you. Leo's big issue. One more. Show me Leo in the situation. Indecision. Challenge to start something new and go forward. Yeah, so this is the Fool. The Fool is absolutely starting something new, but it's more than that. It's about the energy you bring to something new. You're not being serious, like overly serious. Like maybe there's some discipline involved, maybe not. It's really just about not bringing along any of the baggage and trusting in the universe that even though you don't know what A is going to lead to B is going to lead to C, and all of the details and plans may need to be flexible. You may need to be flexible. Things could change, but you're trusting in the universe to bring you the experiences that you need to build yourself better than you were previously, to heal yourself more, to open you up to new ideas and new relationships, and to take you where you want to go ultimately, emotionally. I think a lot of times we create goals for ourselves, and these goals are very thought out and planned out. But if we really consider what that goal would bring to us emotionally, we realize that what we actually want is the emotion that we believe achieving that goal would bring us. And sometimes we're not correct about that. And sometimes that goal isn't easily achieved. And there's something that could bring us just as much, if not more, of that emotional satisfaction in a far more magical way, I want to say. Is something that has more meaning and purpose for us in our lives, and puts us in a place of purpose where we can serve others while filling our own cup. So that's a challenge. That's a spiritual challenge to you, Leo, is to leave behind the baggage and have faith that you are on the right track. Why has this happened now for Leo in 2025? So this is a big fucking deal because we're getting a lot of court majors here, and here. Hi. So we have 11. This is justice, isn't it? Yeah. We have the justice card and the lovers reversed. You wanted a greater understanding, a greater depth of understanding of your purpose in life and your path in life, because you didn't feel connected to it up till now. You didn't feel connected to a purpose. And in order to find that purpose, you subconsciously or consciously realized that it was going to require you to go to kind of a dark place for you personally. Whether that was the unknown, whether that was something challenging, whether that meant going in alone when that's not usually something you're very comfortable with. Whatever it is, and even on a spiritual note, and this is probably something that you didn't plan on, but it's also taking you to the shadow aspects of yourself. And when spiritual people talk about your shadow self, that is always fraught with confusion, or it has been for me personally over the years. What I consider to be your shadow self are the things about yourself that you repress because you feel like that makes you unlovable, or it's not socially acceptable, or it brings you, it's something in your personality that's brought you some pain or some trauma. And in integrating that part of yourself, you're looking for those personality characteristics and accepting them for what they are, looking at how they can actually be useful to you in some form, shape, or another. And I'm gonna move my mic away from me a little bit. And seeking ways to heal yourself where now your perspective on life has changed enough that those aspects of your personality either no longer exist or no longer harm you to the same degree or at all. So what had to happen to make this possible for Leo? Circle. Is that justice? What is this card? No, this is the Hangman reversed. Okay. Doing too much with the Hangman reverse. And being out in the world, this could be partying and stuff. I kind of touched on that earlier, but being heavily social, focused on others for sure. And then with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, it's to the detriment of yourself, to where you're not financially independent. You haven't grown to a place where you have a very strong skill or talent that gives you a lot of enjoyment and brings you money as well. It puts you in a place, you came to a place of dependency by focusing on others too much in whatever way makes sense to you. Not spending very much time in reflection. I feel like the Leos that I've known, it is not as easy for them to sit alone by themselves and deeply think about the ways that their own mind works, think about their own values. It's very much like, what's this person doing over here? Or, I want to go out and do this fun thing over here. Or in an even more practical sense of like, what am I going to do for my job? Or what do people think of me? And, it's time for some opportunities to learn more about yourself. Point blank, period. 10 of Cups reversed and the Maiden of Fire reversed. Knight of Wands reversed. There's something here about a family dynamic that has really diminished your own enthusiasm and energy towards life and chasing down your dreams and your ideals. Okay. And it's shaped your values. You need to know that. So what is the highest possible outcome, the hoped for outcome that Leo's team wants for them? Oh, there's a lot. 7 of Wands reversed. Let down your defenses. Be willing to go with the flow. 8 of Cups reversed. Healing. 9 of Swords. And Mercury. And just get out, like learn more about how you have created your own anxiety and or how you've allowed it to kind of fester. Getting more in touch with the way that your mind works and communicating with your own brain. I think a lot of people have this concept that what they think is who they are. And that's understandable. But you should know that your brain is a computer and it can only give you what inputs it's been given. So your brain gets inputs from things that people say and things that you look at and notice, things you watch, things you read. But it also gains inputs from the way that you have internalized the way others have talked to you. If you repeat that, if you allow it to repeat, it gains momentum, it gains power. And then next thing you know, you believe it. You believe that that's the truth about yourself. And you should know that you have absolutely 100% the ability, with very few exceptions. If you're watching this, you're no exception. You have the ability to transform what your brain, the computer, is outputting to you. And it's going to take time, and it's going to feel like you're lying to yourself at first. It's going to feel fucking weird. It's going to be, a crazy thing. But I think that I just got like the crazy emotions reversed. I think that you have as an asset to you a great deal of emotional stability, and that will make it easier for you when you are calm, when you are, at home and you're well rested and you've, had a shower and you're in comfy clothes and, have put on some nice meditative music or something like that. Everyone's journey towards it is different. So I definitely see you kind of exploring different ways to get an emotional baseline where you're very much at peace and not overly excited or worked up or feeling doomer about what's going on in your life. A neutral ground is a good place to start. And watching tarot is one of those ways that you can learn more about the way that your brain works. There's also personality tests. There's meditation, like guided meditation practices, exercise, yoga, listening to binaural beats, psychology podcasts. Astrology is a huge one. I absolutely recommend astrology strongly for understanding yourself, especially the way that your mind works. Okay, so what do I usually ask here? Given all of this, I forget what I usually ask here. Two of Cups reversed. I just looked over something that said how you can support them. I think that this is also an opportunity for you to go at something alone. And if you're currently in a relationship, this isn't an alarm of you're going to break up this year or something. No. But this is about how this is a circumstance you're being placed in because no one else is going to be able to quite relate to you 100%. Now, we saw in that previous reading that you're going to have supporters, but there's some element here where you're meant to kind of do this on your own and do this by yourself. I guess let me just keep going because I'm kind of drawing a blank on like what I was going to ask. I've just been at work. It's like 12, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Four of Cups, accepting. Well, that's okay. If we're talking about things to avoid, it's not accepting what is and turning away from what's all around you. This is saying what is it saying? Like looking around your life and just being in a state of dissatisfaction, not being willing to look around you in a positive way. Like we were talking about with gratitude, it's important that you say, I'm thankful for the roof over my head. I'm thankful for my friends in my life. I'm thankful for my healthy body, my healthy mind. I'm thankful for the opportunity to go back to school or whatever the situation is for you. It's important to practice gratitude. The worst thing you could do is to turn away from the very real blessings that you have in your life. That's going to get you so far with this whole process. It's a chemical reaction in the brain that happens when we are grateful and forgiving as well. So there you go. That's what you need to know. As far as someone else in your life, oh my goodness. Okay. You're being kind of distanced from people in your life right now through this process. And this could also be like the haters and so on in your life. With the Mars reverse, we've got, you're not meant to know. You need to, shore up your emotional reserves. This is coming up because you're not going to feel the same level of connection with other people. Exactly. You're not going to feel the same level of connection with other people as you were previously used to, because that is something that you went to an extreme, to the place where you didn't have the strong sense of self and you were comparing yourself to others. You were judging yourself. You were being self-critical, and you're ready to bring that back into balance. You need to be the Queen of Wands. And in order for that Queen of Wands to be born and for you to be able to become an adept at your mental state and your emotional self-love and self-worth, to become whole, because you already loved other people. In order to become whole, you're going to see that people either won't be available or they won't be very nice. And that's not a permanent situation. It's the universe making sure that you have a a hemisphere of solitude and quiet so that you can really focus in on yourself and learn to build that without the input of others. That's very, very important for you for some reason. Okay. Oh, shit. Judgment. Your higher self or your soul, your guides, your loved ones, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, okay? What they want most for you is to hear a calling to find your purpose, because you have a lot to offer. And as you are now, I would even go as far to say you have a message to share. But you need to do this balancing act of the self-love, self-worth, so that you can come full force in the Queen of Wands energy of, I believe in that. I believe in that message. I believe I have something to share. I believe I have something to offer. I believe I have wisdom about this situation. And my worth is intrinsic. It's not based upon how I'm received or what other people say or how financially abundant, I am, or how much money I make, or what society thinks of me. No. The judgment in this judgment in this placement is a huge fucking deal. It's huge. It's like that lightning bolt of insight where you never forget that moment. Years later, you still remember, because everything changes. You've heard the call. You know your purpose. And after that, there are times where you doubt it, but it never leaves you, and you can never let it go. And if you're able to be introspective, you can even see all of the things that have led up to that moment. Oh my God. That's why I had to go through that bad relationship, because it taught me so much about having strong boundaries with people that are takers, because they don't give to themselves, or the way that I took from others because I couldn't give to myself, or whatever it may be. Okay, that's just an example. But you never forget that calling. And this is absolutely the card of someone who has a message and something to share. And right now, that voice isn't strong enough. You haven't heard it yet, and you don't know what this is. It's coming, but you don't know what this is because you haven't built up your voice. The Maiden of Air reversed. So you're strengthening your voice. That's what this is all about. Most likely outcome here. This is all new. This is brand new. And eight of Pentacles reversed, and then the Six of Pentacles upright. There's going to be good times. There's going to be bad. There's going to be parts of this experience that makes you feel so joyful and so alive and so safe. And there's going to be parts of it that you don't know where it's all headed. You don't know where to turn, and it's going to be terrifying. But ultimately, wow, death. This is a major change in your value system as well. It's not just your self-worth, it's what you believe to be of value. You're going to come out of this a very different person. And I think I don't know why, but I feel like I shouldn't say that. So we're just going to, it's nothing bad. I hate when that happens, because then I feel like anyone I do a reading for where I say that, like, okay, never mind, let's just move on. And then they're like, what do you mean? What did it say? Like, sorry, it's no big deal. All right, let's get one final card here for you, Leo, before we wrap it up. Let's get a card of advice and support for Leo for their issue coming forward in the year 2025. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Yeah, you have a gift. And I also see with the Judgment card, it's going to take you on a trajectory that is not well traveled. And that's why it's so important to build up your sense of self now, because it's preparing you for that next step. To be a trailblazer, to be a leader. And maybe that's part of why it's hard for you to trust in it, because you already know that whatever you're trying to learn about and do is very strange. You know, some people may not ever understand it. Some people may have enough wisdom and unconditional love for you to, you know, trust your judgment and just kind of be there for you. And I think you're going to get a little bit of both. But forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. This is meant for you. This is the interesting thing about this reading for you, Leo, is that with the other 4 readings I've done this far for this year, it's the 3rd, that they were more about a specific event or a specific situation. This is going to be a longer term thing that's popping off for you now. This is going to be a process of learning. And I almost feel like maybe you're going back to school, but I feel like a lot of you probably aren't. Like you're just learning about something. Maybe when I was talking about how I got crazily invested into tarot and astrology and spent like 3 years, every waking moment, reading and learning and studying and practicing, because it charged me up, you know, it felt right. And I guess that's what your guides want for you. They want you to have that knowing where it's like, I know I need to do this. I don't know why. I don't have anyone around me telling me, yeah, this is a great idea, this and that. Maybe a little bit, but not. That's no longer sufficient for you. You need that relationship with yourself where you're able to tell yourself with no other exterior influence or validation. You have to validate yourself, you and you alone. Leo, thank you for letting me read for you this month. If you like that, I'd really appreciate it if you give me a like or a subscribe. And then also, I do love readings for Venus signs every month and about the middle of the month. And then beginning with next month, I'm going to go back to doing my rising sign readings also. And until I see you next time, bye.